These are some of the biggest names in bodybuilding history, but many of them use drugs and steroids to bring their physique to perfection. Let's dive in. Number 5. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold is one of the best-known former bodybuilders in the world, as well as a former actor and politician. He is one of the most famous bodybuilders in history and has won multiple Mr. Olympia titles. However, controversy surrounds his steroid usage, which has been a topic of discussion for many years. Steroids are synthetic hormones that are designed to mimic the effects of testosterone, the male sex hormone. Bodybuilders and athletes have been known to use steroids to increase muscle mass and improve their performance. However, steroids can have serious side effects, including liver damage, high blood pressure, and heart disease. Schwarzenegger has admitted to using steroids during his bodybuilding career. In his autobiography, Total Recall: My Unbelievably True Life Story, he acknowledged that he used steroids, but he also stated that they were legal at the time and widely used in the sport. Schwarzenegger's use of steroids has been a topic of debate for many years. Some argue that his use of steroids was necessary to achieve his legendary physique, while others believe that it was a shortcut that undermined the integrity of the sport. Nevertheless, Schwarzenegger's success and his contribution to the sport of bodybuilding cannot be denied. In recent years, he has been an advocate of drug-free sports and has spoken out against the use of steroids. He has also been involved in efforts to promote healthy lifestyles and physical fitness, particularly among young people. Number 4. Ronnie Coleman. Ronnie Coleman is a former professional bodybuilder and 8-time Mr. Olympia champion. His incredible size and strength have made him a legend in the sport of bodybuilding. However, controversy surrounds his use of steroids during his time in the sport. Coleman has admitted to using steroids during his bodybuilding career. In an interview with Joe Rogan, he discussed his steroid use and stated that he used them in large quantities. Ronnie admitted that after turning pro, he also took steroids. However, he didn't use any PEDs before turning 30. Coleman admitted to using testosterone and growth hormone. The King explained PEDs helped him maintain muscle mass while being shredded. Coleman also said that there were many pros who used a lot more PEDs than he did. Coleman revealed that he began the use of steroids as he was tired of getting his ass kicked. He said that everything was legal in those times, and the use of steroids saw Coleman increase his ranking and then win the actual competitions. He said that steroids helped him level the playing field. The iconic bodybuilder loved working out and started training in the gym long before stepping into bodybuilding. Coleman used steroids, however. He also had elite genetics. Big Ron won the biggest amateur bodybuilding title, Mr. Universe, as a natural bodybuilder. So in 1991, when people doubted his hard work, Ronnie didn't back away from defending himself and his work ethic. He also acknowledged that his use of steroids may have contributed to his many injuries and health problems. It is important to note that Coleman has suffered numerous health issues related to his steroid use. In 2011, he underwent his first back surgery, and he has since had several more surgeries. He also has been diagnosed with spinal stenosis and has had hip replacement surgery. Despite his health problems, Coleman has remained an advocate for the sport of bodybuilding and has continued to inspire others with his incredible physique. He has also been involved in efforts to promote healthy lifestyles and physical fitness. Number 3. Phil Heath. Well, Phil is of course a user of anabolic steroids. It would have been completely impossible to develop the astounding level of mass he has achieved without them. Phil represents the modern bodybuilding movement better than anybody. As of 2016, he's the reigning Mr. Olympia and has been for several consecutive years in a row, and is therefore the best example of the new wave appearance of modern bodybuilding has adopted. This appearance really owes itself to a level of vascularity and mass that was simply unheard of back in the golden era of bodybuilding, where Arnie and Lou Ferrigno reigned supreme. The 7-time Mr. Olympia winner recently opened up about the effects of taking steroids on his nether regions in a podcast interview, and the answer might surprise you. Joining the Pivot podcast, hosted by former NFL stars Channing Crowder, Fred Taylor, and Ryan Clark, the episode featured an honest discussion about the myths surrounding bodybuilders and steroid use. Heath revealed that while the use of steroids can lead to adverse side effects, the penis is often back to normal within 2 days. He also noted that due to the size of competitor bodybuilders' legs, anything short of a full-grown anaconda would look small down there. Elsewhere on the podcast, Heath also discussed overcoming mental health struggles and dealing with a personal loss. His openness and willingness to discuss various topics have been widely praised online, with commenters inspired by his emotional vulnerability helping to break down barriers for bodybuilders everywhere. Number 2. Dorian Yates. Speaking of the new wave bodybuilding appearance, this list wouldn't be complete without talking about the Shadow himself, Mr. Dorian Yates. Dorian really instigated the shift from pure aesthetics to raw size and vascularity of the type that we're now seeing today. He is seen by almost everybody as being the individual to bridge the gap between bodybuilding eras. Dorian was a minimalist and trained to a high intensity, though he didn't believe in wastage. All sets were performed once to a high level before he moved on to the next exercise. Dorian could never have achieved the level of mass he used to pioneer modern bodybuilding with if he hadn't used anabolic steroids. Ever since retirement, Yates has been known for being brutally honest about his past steroid use, as well as his experiments with drugs such as ayahuasca in recent years. Known as the original mass monster, Dorian Yates ushered in a new era of bodybuilding size during the 1990s and earned himself 6 Mr. Olympia wins in the process. He was then succeeded by Ronnie Coleman, who pushed the boundaries even further, forever altering the mass monster aesthetic so commonly known today. When discussing his journey into discovering and using steroids, Dorian Yates was easily able to pinpoint the most effective substance that he used. Without question, his all-time favorite steroid to take was Dianabol. But Dianabol wasn't the first substance he tried upon entering the world of PEDs. Dorian Yates also opened up about the first steroid cycle he ever took, methandriol. Dorian Yates, post-retirement, went through some troubles coming off steroids. As many already know, long-term use of steroids can lead to the body no longer naturally making enough testosterone. Typically, an athlete will go under testosterone replacement therapy to keep their levels normal. Number 1. Lou Ferrigno. Lou Ferrigno might be known by most as the Incredible Hulk of yesteryear, but to bodybuilding fans he was one of the stars of Pumping Iron and an iconic bodybuilder from the golden era. It's worth mentioning Lou Ferrigno because his ongoing feud with Arnie in the golden era of bodybuilding brought him to the forefront of the public eye and made him one of the most popular bodybuilders of all time. If this didn't serve to make his popularity spike, then his reign as the Incredible Hulk as part of the infamous TV series certainly cemented his celebrity status. Similarly to Arnie and any of the bodybuilders operating throughout the golden era at a high level, Lou owes his legendary physique to steroid use. In different interviews, Lou spoke against the use of anabolic steroids, but at the same time, he admitted that he had experimented with anabolic steroids when preparing for competitions, and said that about 90% of bodybuilders used anabolics both before and after the competition. It should be noted that anabolics were legal steroids at that time. The athlete can be partly blamed for the popularization of anabolics. It was the 1970s that were called the Anabolic Steroids Rebellion, not only in bodybuilding but also in other sports. In bodybuilding, that was due to a sharp jump in muscle mass, starting with Arnold Schwarzenegger, Lou Ferrigno, and Franco Columbu. In 1990, the U.S. Congress included anabolic steroids in the list of controlled substances. That's all for today's video. See you next time.